Hey everybody, I'm Reload and I'm back to play EVE Online. The first fall update of 2016 has been rolled out this week with some awesome graphical updates, and the ones I'm most interested in are the mining barges and the exhumers. Aside from the cosmetic differences, there's actually been some changes to the traits as well as some fitting properties of these ships. So let's find out what exactly changed by comparing the ship information before and after the update. The main difference is that all of the mining barges as well as the exhumers now have only 2 strip mining lasers. But let's dive into the details. So, starting with the Procurer, a few role bonuses have been dropped. The Procurer no longer has the 150% bonus to the strip mining yield or the 60% reduction in ice harvested duration and activation cost. The bonus to strip mining yield has been removed because, like I mentioned before, now the Procurer can fit 2 strip mining lasers. Looking at the attributes of before and after, there's absolutely no change. And actually it does the same for all mining barges and exhumers. All of the ship properties that you see here have not been affected by the update. Now as for the fitting properties, now here's where there's some changes. First and foremost, the new Procurer has an increased CPU and Powergrid output. And now there's one additional high power slot for that strip mining laser. And now let's take a look at the Retriever that actually did not change all that much. The Retriever has lost all of the role bonuses and will no longer get the 25% bonus to strip mining yield or the 20% reduction in ice harvested duration and activation cost. Of course, the attributes remain the same, leaving the Retriever to be the mining barge with the largest ore hold capacity. And when it comes to the fitting properties, nothing has changed. So essentially it's the same familiar Retriever with a little less strip mining yield and longer ice harvested duration. Now when it comes to the Coveter, it's the story of you win some, you lose some. The new Coveter lost 2% in reduction in strip miner and ice harvested duration per skill level, but it gained a role bonus of 25% reduction in strip miner and ice harvested duration and activation cost. The attributes are still the same, with the Coveter having the smallest ore hold capacity, making the ship mostly suitable only for fleet mining with a hauler support. In the fitting properties, the Coveter lost some CPU and power grid output. It also lost 1 slot in the high power, but gained 1 in low power. So you cannot fit 3 strip mining lasers anymore. But now you can fit 3 mining laser upgrades in a low power slots. So there we go, win some and lose some. As for the exhumers, the changes mirror exactly what happened to the T1 mining barge variants. Quickly taking a look at these. The Skiff lost the role bonuses of 150% strip mining yield and 60% reduction in ice harvested duration and activation cost, but it gained 1 high power slot as well as the CPU and power grid output. The Machina lost the role bonuses of 25% strip mining yield and 20% reduction in ice harvested duration and activation cost, but all the attributes and fitting properties remain the same, just like in the Retriever. And finally, the hull gained the role bonus of 25% reduction to strip miner and ice harvested duration and activation cost, but lost 2% in the mining barge bonus per skill level in reduction in strip miner and ice harvested duration. It dropped the CPU and power grid output as well as the high power slot, but gained a low power slot. Just from playing around with a few quick fits for a Hulk, I personally noticed that it's a little tough to fit the ship properly without hitting the CPU output ceiling. But it's definitely good to have that extra low power slot to fit the mining laser upgrades. Overall, I would say that the changes have tightened the mining yield of the tech class of the ships. That is to say that there's not too much mining yield difference between the Procurer, the Retriever and the Coveter. Now the mining barges differentiate more in terms of the role that they're best suited for. For example, the Retriever is best used for solo mining and the Coveter is best used for the fleet mining. This is definitely a welcome change to see updates to the industrial ships, both in terms of the ship properties and the graphical upgrades, with plumes of smoke and flare-ups and the newly added warp effects. Looking forward to more industrial updates coming in November of this year. But for now, if you have any questions about the current changes, please leave a comment on this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for more EVE Online and other gameplay videos. Thanks so much for watching, I'm Reload and I'll see you next time.